This is the Burton Step On release lever, and this is me moving it from the outside of the bindings to the inside of the bindings. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Didn't Burton make the step-on bindings specific for your left and right foot? Yes, I'm a middle-aged snowboarder who's not as bendy and flexible as I used to be. No doubt about it. And the Burton Step-On bindings have solved most of my bending and reaching issues. But rumor has it that moving the release levers from outside of the bindings over to inside of the bindings will solve a couple more. So let's give it a try and find out. All you need is a Phillips screwdriver to remove these two screws right here and right here to separate the high back from the base plate. And each screw has one of these little washers behind it, so be careful you don't drop that as you're doing it. You'll notice that both the boot clip and the release lever are built into the high back. You'll also notice it looks like a different part and can be separated from the high back. So if you take the high back and just squeeze right here and give it a little pull, the high back comes off, there's your release mechanism. And you'll notice a couple little pins right here that line up when you're mounting it in. Now you might be thinking, whoa, 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 whoa. Didn't Burton make the step-on bindings specific for your left and right foot? And yes, you would be right. They made the base plate specific for your left and right foot. They also made the high back specific for your left and right calf. But Burton made the release mechanism essentially the same on both bindings, other than the side the levers are on. This means you can swap them from one binding to the other and your levers on the other side. So let's do the same thing on the other binding. There we go. Everything's dismantled nice. So here's the tricky part. Now we put it all back together. Before we put these bindings back together, why don't you carve up that like button if you're finding this video useful, and subscribe if you haven't already, then you won't miss out on future content. Let's get back to it. Okay, so this release mechanism has gone from the front binding to the back binding. To remount this, we're going to squeeze and line up that little pin with that little hole. And they should just snap together. Now we're going to put this right back in here. And when you're putting this piece in, you'll notice that it's kind of square shaped. It's not perfectly round. So you got to wiggle it around and line it up nice. And then give it a good push. Make sure it's coming right through the base plate. And as always, when you remove bolts and tighten them back up, make sure everything moves the way it's supposed to move. And we'll do the same thing on the front binding. Squeeze this, put it in there, line up with those two little holes. Should snap together. Line it up in there. And finger tighten to get everything started. Since I happen to have my Photon boots here, let's give it a try. It's a little bit finicky when your feet aren't in there. I did a couple stretches earlier and it feels like getting my hand down here to these levers between my feet is going to be a little bit easier on the old shoulder and the old bend and reach than getting around to the outside. Might not seem like a huge difference, but it feels like it's going to make a good difference to me. So I'm just going to have to get this sucker out on the hill and give it a go at the bottom of the chairlift a couple times, and let's see how it works out. Drop a comment below and let me know how this modification works for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the slopes.